Hello. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am so grateful you're here. This video is about crystals for the sidereal or vedic Scorpio season. So, let's get started. Start out by lighting my intention candle. I prefer to use this method because matches and lighters and all of those sounds make me nervous, so it's a lot easier. Anyway, so my intention, as always, with this candle and these crystals that hold the intention for this session and for always, is that you find alignment with your highest self, with your path, with your soul, and that I'm able to help you on that path in any way I can. And also, of course, for you to have a wonderful, relaxing evening and healing, restful sleep. And while I've got my candle here, I'm going to do a little bit of sage as well. I know I could use it. So before we get started, let's take a few moments to get relaxed and get settled into our bodies. Use this smoke to clear the air, clear your field. Take a deep breath. Breathe it out slowly. Take another deep breath, breathing out even slower. Get myself to all right. The dates for sidereal or vedic Scorpio season is November 16th through December 15th. And as many of you have heard me say before, Scorpio is my season. My birthday is December 5th, so I fall right in there. Scorpio is one that often gets a bad rap as being mean or spiteful, or there's a whole slew of things, but I think Scorpio is just largely misunderstood. All the ones that I know are so sweet and thoughtful and empathetic and intuitive, so intuitive. And it's really just, people say that Scorpio is mysterious, or aloof or cold. But really we're just introverted and weird. And we only kind of let ourselves be known to those that we really trust, because it's not typically super safe to be your authentic weird self. So we're protected or guarded, maybe is a better way to phrase that than mysterious. But we can be that too. We are, like I said, very intuitive. To me, Scorpio is the fire water sign. I've seen a meme before where it was about Scorpios, and it had a faucet, and instead of water coming out of the faucet, it was fire. So Scorpios can be very ambitious, very direct, and in many of the ways that fire signs are very goal-oriented and very ambitious is, I think, the best word I can come up with for it. So all these are good qualities, just can be a little bit intimidating to some. So other qualities about Scorpios are they're good with boundaries, and it's not super common for water signs to be good with boundaries, but that's another reason that they get a bad rap. But they know themselves really well, and that might be a shadow side. So you might see the opposite. You might see Scorpios that have trouble with boundaries, but it can be something definitely that we all work on and all learn as we progress and as we evolve and get older. I talk about kind of the shadow sides and the evolved sides of the signs. So one size does not fit all, but yeah, it's just a spectrum. So yeah, it's of course my favorite. But I have a lot of frequencies that come through for Scorpio season, and like I mentioned before, I'm not sure if it's that I'm most in tune with it, because it's my season. It's the one I came in under, and I'm just very comfortable, very familiar with these frequencies, but I think too there's just a lot of them. This time of year is very complex. It's very a lot of people struggle this time of year, so we have to make sure to balance out the darkness of it. And I've got quite a few crystals that I have to share tonight about Scorpio season. So the base frequencies, the electromagnetic color frequencies that I feel most strongly are a red-orange, very bright red-orange, and a deep violet purple. Those are really the main two, but there's kind of a whole spectrum between them of different frequencies that kind of come together to merge the two. But I will just start out with my most favorite crystal for, well, I was gonna say for me, it's in my top 5. And I've talked about it plenty before, but this crystal is called Purple Haze Sunstone, and it comes from only one area in the world, in Tanzania. And this crystal is kind of a dark feldspar crystal with hematite and magnetite inside it, and you get just these really gorgeous glittery colors. I don't think I can get it to focus here. There we go. It's just got a whole galaxy inside it. Scorpio season to me is very deep, very astral. I mentioned intuition earlier, and this is a great one for that. It's a great power crystal. The orange inside, it's just this brilliant glittery orange and this murky kind of purplish dark colored feldspar, and it's this bright spark of fiery energy, and I like it because it connects with the sacral chakra, and Scorpio season is so, we're in our feels, we're in our emotions, it's our sacral chakra, the one below the belly button, is the water and emotions chakra, and we're really connecting to that space. It's a very embodied and powerful energy. So this is my favorite. I've got a ring with this as well. You can kind of see some of them have pink inside, there's purple, there's greens. I have a necklace too that I'm wearing. This one has a lot of pink in it. And this is a newer piece that I have. You may not be able to see in this video, but it even has some gorgeous greens inside. Oh yeah, there we go. This one's got green. Oh, it's so gorgeous. This one is a rough piece that hasn't been polished. I asked Ben not to polish it because I loved the shape of it and just the way that the light plays off this crystal and the little sparks of orange inside it. It's truly special. And this is another piece I have. This one's got really a lot of bright orange. You can see all the sparkles. Yeah, there we go. So, absolutely, hands down, one of my favorites. It really helps. Like I said earlier, for me, this crystal brings me into my power, brings me into my body. It helps me sort of light the flame within me and access that kind of axis between our intuition and our sacral chakra. So we're bridging our third eye and our sacral chakra. And I think that kind of sums up Scorpio so well. The other good crystal for this that I've talked about before as well is iolite in Sunstone. And this one's a lot easier to find. You can find these most places. But this one has a mixture of iolite, which is the violet color, and orange sunstone. And there's also within the crystal, you can see hematite. So even within the purple, there's a whole shimmery layer inside it too. And this is my favorite crystal for bridging the third eye and sacral chakra. It's such a good balancing crystal, so it really helps to kind of tie those together in just a balanced and equal way. And let's see if I can show you this. Yeah, there's that pretty sparkliness inside. It helps us balance our emotions and balance our passions and our fire. Iolite is called the water sapphire, so it's a very watery stone, and it's just my favorite for balancing water and fire. So yes, that's number one. Number two is, the rest of these are just kind of equal. Spessartine garnet. And, you know, of course, we're going to have a garnet for Scorpio season. But I loved Spessartine because of the orange color, the deep orange color of it, and just how juicy they are. They're so, they help to build blood and build juiciness and help you really get the sacral chakra moving. So it helps really bring in that gorgeous energy and that gorgeous swirl in the chakra. So definitely Spessartine garnet is way up there. And let's see what's next. I also like sapphire. This is my little tiny sapphire. But I love sapphire for Scorpio because it's such a deep stone. It's very hard, so it consolidates. It really brings energy in, and that can be helpful for a water sign. I also love it, just it works well with the boundary aspect of Scorpios. Also, iolite does that too. Iolite is great for saying no when you need to say no, and sapphire is as well. It really helps to bring in chi, to really preserve your own energy. So it's one I would wear and work with if you need to. Here's Penny. Finally. So this is a little kind of pink purple sapphire. And there she is. Thank you. Want to say hi? Let's see. we can really get to business. This is another one that I love, of course, for Scorpio season because it's got garnet and sapphire all in the same crystal. I believe this is from Madagascar, and it's just so yummy. So the garnet is this darker red, and the sapphire is the pinkish purple color. And you can also, I try this every time and it never works, but the sapphire, yeah, well, it kind of does, is gonna light up bright pink. And you can see there's a few spots around it. This one's a really bright pink. Very cool. And, you know, the way I speak about fluorescent crystals means that they are able to transmute energy. They're able to take energy that is in one form and change it to another form. And that is so alchemical, that is so magical, and I think Scorpios, along with Pisces, are the most alchemical and magical signs. The water signs tend to be that way with the intuition and, you know, the third eye. So I think it's important to have a very deep, dark crystal that's also a transmuter and also is able to hold on to energy and release it at another time. So Scorpios might tend to be hermits or preserve their energy for important scenarios. They're not going to be at every party. They're not going to be at every event. They are homebodies, and it's going to take a lot to get them out. And again, it's one of those things about preserving energy and the integrity of our energy. So that's just always really important. So the next crystal that I have is Topaz. And to me, specifically for Scorpio season, the only topaz that carries the exact right frequency is Imperial Topaz from Brazil. And this topaz is also one of my favorite crystals. These all are, just because, you know, it's my season, but I truly love topaz. If you can tell, well, not really. These have such a deep coloring. It's like a pink, orange, red, coral, vibrant color. And this one's actually bicolor, so there's see if I can get it to display that way. Both pink and orange, kind of along the axis. And this topaz carries such a fiery energy, and it's just such a stunning, beautiful, deep, rich, powerful crystal. They're truly very, very concentrated with the frequency. This is other piece I have. You can see how deep the color is. These are extremely hard to come by and extremely expensive. So don't say I did not warn you. I think this little tiny piece was over 100. But man, if you ever need a pick-me-up, if you need I'm trying to think of like what it would be similar to as far as like a beverage or something that you could take in, and maybe like a Red Bull or orange juice or Gatorade or something like that. But you can see the pink and orange and red all within this one crystal. And I have one more. They're all little bitty because, again, just one this size. I think this one was $80, and that was more of a mistake than it was a deal. So this one's got some cool etchings on it. But Topaz is another one of those crystals that helps balance out fire and water energy because it's a hydrothermal crystal. So it's grown with gas and water and fire and pressure and all kinds of crazy intense conditions, and it kind of propagates throughout the stone and throughout its energy. So if you really want to step into your power in a big way, if you really need to access your fire, your inner flame, get the sacral chakra really moving, this is the crystal for you. The other one that's great at that is fire opal. And I would actually say that's another great Scorpio crystal as well. I don't have one with me right here. I don't think, but I do have some, and that's another incredible one. I love it for getting the sacral chakra moving, for getting any energy moving. So it's great for stagnant energy. It's great for frozen energy. So when I say frozen, I just mean if, in Chinese medicine terms, if you are scared, you are frozen. So trauma can freeze us. Being in fight or flight can freeze us. Any kind of big emotions or hard things or big life shocks can freeze us. And a crystal like fire opal or Imperial Topaz is so great for getting energy moving and really letting you step into your full power. And another thing I'll say about the purple color for Scorpio is that purple in Chinese medicine is representative of the heart-kidney axis. So we've got our heart energy, and in Chinese medicine, the kidneys represent sort of our destiny. They carry our Tao, or our life plans, the blueprints for our destiny, or our curriculum. And the heart is more of a red pink, and the kidneys are represented as blue. So when we connect the heart and the kidney, it's purple, and that's called the heart-kidney axis. And in Chinese medicine, our heart is about connecting with the world around us. So it's really how we interface with others and our relationships, and just connection in general, and putting who we are out into the world. So if we're able to connect our kidneys and our destiny and our magic and our deep well to our hearts to bring it out into the world, that helps us to manifest our destiny. It helps us to manifest our curriculum and our Tao and our path in this lifetime. So I highly recommend, purple crystals for that specific thing, and that's again why I've got a lot of purple here, because Scorpio is kind of that. It's about being who you are, letting your freak flag fly, and just truly putting your soul out into the world. So the last one I have here is this crystal. I'm going to try a smaller light first and see how this does. This one's got an incredible spiral throughout the center, but these look so spacey. They look like galaxies. And this is fluorite from Yindu, China. It's Inner Mongolia. And fluorite has not typically been one that I've felt strongly connected to. But this specific fluorite from Inner Mongolia is, it's different than any of the others, and you can tell why. With this deep red color, it's got a purple, a blue, a red, orange, and all wrapped up within one crystal. They're truly something else. This one is, oh my gosh, it's so cool. The other one I have here has a little bit more of the red in it. I think I might need to get my other flashlight here. Yeah, let's try that one. So you can see how deeply colored and feminine this fluorite is. It's got this beautiful red and orange, purple, blue. It's so cool. And this one has inclusions of a silvery hair-like material inside it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it. There we go. Just an added layer of coolness. And a crazy rainbow thing happening here. This is one of my favorite pieces. These also, something about the particular ones from Inner Mongolia, Yindu specifically, are phosphorescent. So if you took this into a closet and totally black, lit it up with a flashlight for a few seconds and then turned all the lights off, it glows in the dark. And I actually discovered this on my own one night because I was sleeping with one by my bed, like right by my head, and I opened my eyes and there was something glowing right next to my head, and it scared me at first because I did not know that it did this. And it was fluorite, so it literally glows in the dark. And that again goes to the transmutational properties and holding that energy and transforming it into something else. It also is able to hold it and release it in a more buffered way. So over time, so this can help Scorpios who might suffer from burnout or social anxiety and get really overwhelmed in crowds, or tend to kind of just expend all your energy at once, and then it's an hour in and you're done and you're ready to go. This can help you to kind of slowly release energy and really sort of store it and use it wisely. So this one has some crazy internal just planes of refractions and rainbows, and it's just such a stunning piece. So yeah, you won't hear me talking about fluorite much because it's not one that I use a ton, but this, I bought so many of these. I bought an entire lot of them and then kept most of them because it just resonates with my soul. I just love these so much. And again, it's one that connects me to my power, to these actually will bring in, since they have that darker red, will connect the sacral and the root chakra. So you're going to go even lower in your body and really find that sovereignty and your power of just being present and not letting any other energies take you off your center. Not the environment, not other people, not nothing is gonna take you out of your game. So if you need to go to Walmart, bring you one of these with you. I just saw a really cool rainbow inside of it. I was gonna try and never find again, probably. Yeah, also if you need to go to Walmart, bring you a black garnet too. Black garnet is another one I would say is great for Scorpio season. But I've talked about it so much, I didn't want to wear y'all out. And I've already got Spessartines. But, truly any of the garnets, especially the pyrope garnet or red garnet, almandine, any of those deeper red or purplish or black or orange garnets really will resonate well with Scorpio season. So I just only brought the one today. So yeah, I would say to balance out the energy that can be, so it could be heavy and it can be brooding. This is one of the broodiest crystals that I know of. And that's that deep water, that deep intuition, that magic. If you need to help balance that out and mitigate it, something like the Topaz works beautifully for that and still keeps you in the frequencies of the season and riding the wave rather than fighting it, and wearing yourself out swimming against it. You might as well go with it. And if you have a hard time with Scorpio season, one of these that's got kind of both inside, so you've got broody and sparkly, fiery, uplifting energy. It acts as a good buffer and a good balancer if you struggle during these times. So that's, I think, the most of it. There's a few other crystals that I had written down and that I worked with. Tanzanite is another one of them. It's got that purple and blue and red, even pink energy, and it's one of my most favorites. So Tanzanite is another great one for Scorpio season. But I probably could have a video about Tanzanite all by itself. I could talk about it a long time. So that's another beautiful one to work with. And Scorpios are not mean. They're just misunderstood. I think I'm really nice. Scorpios are funny. Most Scorpios that I know are hilarious people. They're truly great once you get to know them. There might just be a little bit of a learning gap there and a little bit of an adjustment period, but don't write them off based on their sign. Know that they are good people too. So that's really it for Scorpio season, and as always, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for your comments. Please subscribe if you can. I hate asking that, but I'm really trying to make something with this channel, and I've had a bit of a tough time getting it lifted off, so any support would be incredible. It would mean the world to me. So I truly appreciate every last one of you. Thank you. I love you. Good night.